I'm so embarrassed to admit how much time I spend on TikTok. It's embarrassing.
Liberal women, 45 or older, not
fair.
It's just a fact. And they're cucked husbands. And so to them,
can I say that the phrase "cucked husbands" is the best?
It really is true. So if you get around these white liberals, they live in the whitest areas. They're totally scared of anybody with brown skin, but they virtue signal constantly and then say, yes, the white people are bad. You know, the white people are evil. And, you know, these, I mean, I've even seen white people sit up there and say, yeah, it's kind of a deal with these crackers. And they're a white person saying that. So
from Jackson Hole or Nantucket or Aspen or Bethesda, the whitest places in America. So shouldn't there be a law? Super simple. If you've got a BLM sign in your yard, you should be required to live in Gary, Indiana or Baltimore. Like you should not be anywhere near Jackson, Wyoming.
You should be made to live in East St. Louis.
I totally agree.
You should be made to live in Detroit.
Yes.
But
what did I miss?
They've done the studies, they looked at the statistics. It's not just here, it's in Europe and it's in the UK, like in London. The liberal areas are like 99% white.
Oh, I noticed.
Okay, and there's a lot of rich people in London that aren't white, but they're not even in that area. They are the most insular group, and then they point at white Christian culture and society that actually outlawed slavery in most of the world, was the vanguard of stopping it, and then they don't point at China, which is the most homogeneous racist group in the world.
It's an ethno-state. It's Han Chinese, period.
Well, they teach, as you know, on their news, that we are going to have Chinese superiority. We are the Chinese supremacist.
Why can't we be just like them? Why can't we be just like them? Why wouldn't I want America to be like that? Unless he's not. So the best example of this mentality is Robin DiAngelo. Bitch realized she's racist and figured everyone else is too. Yeah, and you know it's the I mean, I guess let's call that projection on the part of Robin DiAngelo, the biggest projector out there. Japan is also an ethno-state, large part, very limited immigration. True. And then Israel also is an ethno-state. Xi
Jinping admires Hitler. He is literally following a race-based operation that is taking the world over, that owns the majority of Hollywood, that's paid off the Democratic Party. And if you look at all these anti-white shows that you see funded in Hollywood, almost all of it has majority literal communist Chinese government backing that is funding this. So it's real.
And it was really frustrating because it's subtle, and at least when it started, it was subtle enough that I didn't notice that every single male character on a sitcom or in a movie, you know, like the dopey husband and the smart wife, like, oh, you, and just that type of messaging. I didn't really realize it at first, but once I saw it, I'm like, come on, it's everywhere. Like, you're not allowed to have strong male characters anymore. It's just like, ugh.
Simple. China looks in and sees this diverse culture, and they say, we're going to use that to split the country up and balkanize it. And that's what they've done. And so communist China, along with the Southern Poverty Law Center and the ADL and all these groups, see America's weakness. And they're literally coming in saying white people are inherently bad because of the color of their skin. They inherently have cheated people. They've hurt people. White people invented racism. None of that's true.
Obviously not true. We got Kelly Green in the building. Welcome to the party. Said Alex Jones is my dog. Kelly Green is my dog. Welcome. Opus said most nations are allowed to have their preferred way of doing things that doesn't have to be viewed through a lens of race at every opportunity. Yep. Okay, so we got a fact check here. Bill Bradley says 20% of Israel is Arab and 2% of Japanese population are non-Japanese, to be fair. Okay, so I mean, I guess, and so if we're technically speaking, then they're not an ethno-state in the same way that China is. But even in China, they have the Uyghur Muslims, right? So, I mean, they're in camps, but you know, but Japan 2%. No, that's an ethno-state. Sorry, Gonzac said, I honestly think this whole woke mind virus is just a weapon the Chinese is using to force us to divide and demoralize us so they can take over a lot easier.
Bingo.
I don't see how it could be anything else. I'm so embarrassed to admit how much time I spend on TikTok. It's embarrassing. There are days where that's just what I'm doing today. Now it's, obviously I'm doing my like, let's say I don't have any clients. Let's say I've already scheduled my videos for the day. Then I might sit for 6 hours just scrolling. And I look up and I'm like, holy shit, it's been 6 hours. So this is not even questionable. It's not even questionable. And it says Israel has a law of return, which is based on an ethnic claim. Fair enough. 8% of the Chinese population is non-Chinese. No, it's too much fun. It's too much fun. It's too much fun. It's so much better than YouTube for like, bro, the difference between going on Twitter when you're taking a shit and going on TikTok when you're taking a shit, it's just not comparable. It's just not comparable. I know it's bad, but I mean, it's not, number one, it's not like they don't already have my info. Number two, it's not like they couldn't get it if they wanted to. Or number three, I think I'm smart enough to at least be aware of the fact that that's happening. So, in the same way that I know that alcohol is not great for your system, I drink it every time I'm in front of you guys. But I don't think everything that's bad has to be completely gotten rid of. I think you can just moderation. All things in moderation. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, check out the full live stream link in the bio and catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there.